Coming up now, the very latest news from Pattaya and Thailand via the fabulous Pattaya Media Group. Please like and subscribe. It helps us and it helps you too. Big changes go into effect for visas to Thailand at the end of this month, seeing the visa-free entry program extended from 57 to 93 nationalities, a reduction in medical insurance requirements for retirees who apply for visas from overseas, and a 5-year visa, which allows 6 months stay here multiple times during that period. E-visas, applications made on the internet, will also become available at multiple overseas locations too. The next question then, will so-called visas, actually extensions of stay, applied for in-country, currently set at 12 months, see elongation too? The new features, announced, apply only to applications made whilst not in the country of Thailand. However, traditionally, immigration services within Thailand are overloaded with applications regularly. No word on any change for that. The Senate Committee on Consumer Protection has decided to carry out its own inspection of stocks of 10-year-old rice hoarded since the Shinawat rice subsidy debacle and planned for sale to African countries in an auction by the current government, with African authorities themselves questioning the edibility and even safety. The committees reported to have asked for access to the huge warehouses and carry out their own independent testing. This despite the Commerce Ministry stating that it is edible, amid reports that close to 30,000 tonnes was recently sold but rejected by a buyer after its quality and variety differed from the description in the auction detail. The issue has yet to be resolved. In Narathiwat, fake cops raided a local shop, taking the shop owner's sister prisoner and demanding 30,000 baht for her safe return. Caught on CCTV and confirmed now as not being genuine police, the men, all in uniform, pretended to be members of a special task force. Meanwhile at home and in Chonburi, a train driver was suffering from shock after an errant female pickup driver decided that she wasn't prepared to wait for the barriers at a crossing to lift, so despite the train driver setting off the warning signals and horns, she drove around them, ending up on the track as the train hit it full on. Luckily, neither she nor her passenger were injured. Their vehicle, though, was a write-off. It's been clarified that the Russian man who died at a pool party this week after being punched one time, then falling and banging his head on the ground by a British nightclub operator, had multiple times made advances on the man's 15-year-old daughter despite being asked to stop. Numerous messages of support for the Brit, mainly from parents, as he was arrested by police after the Russian lost his life in a hospital A&E department, having been rushed there in what was assumed to be a coma. The final straw for the supportive dad was when the Russian is said to have whispered in his daughter's ear, leaving her embarrassed and frightened. And there's growing evidence that multiple family units of Russian and Ukrainian nationality are suffering severe financial difficulties whilst living here to avoid either conscription or battle in their home country. Not recognised as political refugees by the system in Thailand, many are, we're told, in hiding as their visas have long expired and they fear being stopped and checked by authorities as they simply have no cash. This was highlighted recently as a property landlord in the city sought help for his erstwhile tenant, a Russian, who, long on overstay, spent days and nights in his rented home along with his 2 daughters. The landlord, it appears, allowed him to remain without paying rent out of compassion, but saw that living conditions were becoming intolerable. As immigration officials in this case visited the home, so they actually gave the family 2,000 baht to get food and provisions before Dad was questioned and the children placed in temporary care whilst the issues resolved. Under current law, they will likely be deported back to Russia, where Dad faces conscription and the children have no idea of their future. And birds of a different type can breathe a little easier this week after a Sawang Buribun rescue unit received a call about a large snake at a quail farm. 50 pounds in weight and 11 foot long, the python had made it into the hen house and was looking forward to a meal before being captured and later released to the wilds. No birds were affected, according to the farmer, But another reminder that anyone who discovers a snake in their home or property can call emergency services for free and fast removal. And with the Met Office promising highs today as 33 dropping down to 28, a cloudy day with the chance of thunderstorms this afternoon and otherwise very humid.
Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.